What if I told you there's an animal on this planet that doesn't need a mate to reproduce because it literally clones itself? This isn't science fiction. It's a real species existing right now in the New Mexico desert, and in its entire evolutionary history, not a single male of this species has ever existed. It's called the New Mexico whiptail lizard. And stay until the end, because what its body does to pull this off is even stranger than the fact itself. This entire species is made up exclusively of females. There are no males. There never have been. Every lizard born is, genetically, an almost identical copy of its mother. The process is called parthenogenesis, and it means the egg develops directly into a new individual, without any need for fertilization whatsoever. But here's where most people get it wrong, thinking this is just simple asexual reproduction. Science discovered something far stranger in 2010, when researchers at the University of Texas analyzed the behavior of these lizards in captivity. They discovered that even though no males exist, the females still perform a complete mating behavior with each other. One female mounts another, mimicking exactly the movements other lizard species use during normal sexual reproduction. And this isn't just a random behavioral accident. Scientists proved that females who take part in this simulated mating ritual produce significantly more eggs than those who don't. In other words, this species developed an entire reproductive choreography without ever needing the other biological half that behavior normally requires. And this leads us to an even deeper question. This species originally emerged from hybridization between two distinct lizard species that did have both males and females. When those two species crossed, the genetic result was so unusual that it completely eliminated the need for sexual reproduction in the generations that followed. Basically, an evolutionary coincidence created an entire species that no longer needs the other half of the biological equation that almost every other animal on the planet requires to exist. If this seems as strange to you as it does to me, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you knew animals capable of cloning themselves existed. Now let's make this even more interesting. This lizard isn't the only species with this ability. There are more than 80 vertebrate species around the world, including certain snakes and sharks, capable of reproducing through parthenogenesis when conditions require it. But the New Mexico whiptail lizard remains the most studied case, because it's one of the few species where this isn't an occasional exception. It's literally its only method of reproduction, since the very first day the species existed. An entire animal made up solely of genetic copies of itself that developed a complete mating ritual without ever needing a partner. Next time you think you already know every trick nature can pull off, remember there's an entire species that solved the problem of reproduction by completely eliminating the need for the other sex. If this blew your mind as much as it did mine, subscribe. Every week I bring you a fact that's going to change the way you see the world. See you in the next one.